wheelers to slam into each other.
Plus, Dade says he's done. The message from State Representative Dade Phelan on his decision not to seek re-election. We look back on his tenure as House Speaker.
And free meals for Texas students, the program that has been helping feed kids at Beaumont ISD since 2017, and when it's going to become available statewide. 12 News Daybreak starts now.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's just about to turn 7:01, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. And here's a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Skycam network above Beaumont, looking at the Jefferson County Courthouse. Some pretty colors coming into the sky there as Jeff stands by to give us that forecast for Southeast Texas.
And more rain in the forecast for today. Right now, we've been kind of tracking a few showers here and there. Most of the heavy rain's been down over towards Houston, and it looks like Galveston Island, the south end of Bolivar, have been getting some rain for this morning. We've been picking up a few showers just right in the southern edge here of Jasper and Newton County. Deweyville's maybe getting a little bit of rain, and there's a little bit of a thunderstorm, at least one lightning strike there right on the Orange and Jasper County line. Just here in the last few minutes or so. So there's a little bit of rain there this morning, but that's the only rain we have in the immediate area. So if heading out to work or school, you don't have to worry too much about the rain. Temperatures right now into the middle to lower 70s, anywhere from 75 down to around 72, 73 here in the Triangle. Our day planner keeps a low end rain chance through a good portion of the day, at least through the middle part of the afternoon, and then by this evening we'll see things ramp up again a little bit, around a 60% coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Drier air comes in for the weekend. That means a drier forecast. We'll have your 7-day, including the weekend, in just a little bit.
All right, Jeff, and developing in Beaumont, a serial sexual assault suspect. They are in jail this morning.
Police arrested 40-year-old Eric Gibson Sr. yesterday afternoon. Take a look at this exclusive video you'll only see on 12 News. He was hauled off to the Jefferson County Jail. Beaumont police say they connected Gibson to 4 separate sexual assault cases using DNA evidence. These assaults happened between 2018 and 2024. His arrest came only after a grand jury indicted him on 2 counts of aggravated sexual assault and 2 counts of sexual assault. Police credited the exceptional teamwork between Beaumont Police Special Crimes detectives and the Texas Rangers. Detectives had DNA evidence from the 4 cold cases that matched an unknown suspect. Investigators obtained a search warrant for Gibson's DNA. It matched evidence in all 4 cases, according to BPD. Gibson hasn't been arraigned yet, according to jail records. New this morning, police are investigating a big crash last night in Beaumont.
Yeah, several vehicles, they were involved in this pileup after a wreck on I-10 West at Cardinal Drive, and this happened just before 11 p.m. It involved 2 18-wheelers, a box truck, and 2 other vehicles. Now, according to our 12 News crew at the scene, it seems to have been a chain reaction, which caused the 2 semis to slam into each other. No injuries that have been reported out of this crash, but I-10 West, it was shut down for quite a while the crews cleaned up the wreckage. Beaumont police, they're investigating this crash, and we'll let you know if anything new comes out of this.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, when Honky Tonk Texas and Silsbee will be hosting the Honoring Hunter, Healing Kaylee benefit. It was organized after last month's UTV crash in Hardin County that killed 4 family members and left 30-year-old Kaylee Smart severely injured. The festivities begin at 11 a.m. with live music and a silent auction. 7:04 right now. Big news this morning. Dade is done. State Representative Dade Phelan announced yesterday he won't seek re-election next year.
Yeah, he put out a statement yesterday. It said, quote, after reflection with my family, he's not going to be seeking re-election as state representative for House District 21 in 2026. He went on to say, quote, Kim and I, we are grateful for the friendships, trust, and support gained along this journey. Now, the Beaumont Republican, he was first elected back in 2014. He made history as the first House Speaker from Southeast Texas. During his tenure, Phelan, he secured significant funding for major projects and institutions here in Southeast Texas, and that includes all Lamar campuses, our ports, and a new VA hospital in Beaumont. We spoke to him months ago about when that project was announced.
We need a new facility here. We need something much larger. This facility will be twice the size of the current footprint over there off I-10. Obviously, ample parking here for the facilities. So it's a huge win for the veterans all across Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana.
Phelan, he barely won a tough runoff last year, holding on to his District 21 seat by only 366 votes. His tenure as Speaker, it came under fire after the House tried to impeach Attorney General Ken Paxton, and it also failed to pass a school voucher bill. He later stepped aside from the Speaker's race, and we'll have more details on his impact here in Southeast Texas coming up at 6:30.
Meanwhile, the redistricting battle is heating up as California Democrats and Texas Republicans move to redraw congressional maps, with other states eyeing similar moves. Here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
California Governor Gavin Newsom signing 2 redistricting bills Thursday afternoon, bringing the redistricting showdown to California voters in a November special election.
We're not just identifying a problem, we're actually trying to solve a problem. And it's a problem of their making. So this is not an election we expected to be holding on November 4th, but they shot the first bullet.
The measures in response to Republican efforts in Texas to redraw its state congressional district maps and pick up 5 additional House seats ahead of the midterm elections. California Republicans pushing back on the projected $200 million cost for a special election. States typically redraw congressional maps every 10 years after the census to adjust for population changes.
President Trump and Republicans in Texas and other states are attempting to redraw congressional districts mid-decade in an effort to rig the upcoming election.
In Texas, the state Senate is expected to vote on the proposed congressional maps bill as soon as Friday. The bill already passed the House, and if Republicans succeed, it would head to the governor's office for signature. Texas Democratic lawmakers initially fled the state to prevent a vote on redrawn maps, but were forced to return. Texas Governor Greg Abbott adding proposed legislation to the special session that would punish legislators who deny a quorum, saying in a statement, "We need to ensure that rogue lawmakers cannot hijack the important business of Texans during a legislative session by fleeing the state." Now, other Democratic states like Illinois and New York considering getting involved.
As we look at the analysis of states that are weighing their options in terms of redistricting, I'll tell you, elections experts tell us that there are more opportunities for Republicans to redistrict than there are opportunities for Democrats to successfully redistrict ahead of midterms.
Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
All right, back here at home, the city of Beaumont holding its grand reopening ceremony for the Riverfront Park yesterday. City leaders, they held a ribbon cutting before kicking off the festivities while live music and food trucks were present. The park, it was destroyed by Hurricane Harvey back in 2017, and after nearly 8 years, it is finally back open to the public. And Mayor Roy West saying that it took several city councils and leaders to make this happen. He says that he's excited that this park can be used once again.
It's a big win for the city, and I'm excited that it opened up. I have many fond memories of it and certainly have missed it not being open, so I'm grateful for it.
And the renovated park is going to have new amenities and upgraded infrastructure. They're all designed to help withstand future storms.
This morning, we're looking ahead to September 1st when all students in Texas will get free breakfast and lunch. This program has been around for years for high poverty schools, but during the 88th legislative session, an organization called No Kid Hungry made it available to everyone. Beaumont ISD says it has participated in the program since 2017.
Yeah, and 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett, she's showing us how it all works.
7 million meals were served in the 2023 to 2024 school year, thanks in part to advocacy work by No Kid Hungry Texas.
If students are not adequately nourished, they can't learn, they can't think.
Beaumont ISD Child Nutrition Director Mary Vervet says 71% of BISD students are considered to have a severe need, meaning they meet the qualifications for free meals under the state's Community Eligibility Provision Program.
A lot of students in our district are limited.
The program allows high poverty schools to offer free breakfast and lunch to all students in the district.
They do not need to enroll in it. The fact that they're enrolled in the school district is all that matters.
But soon, all students throughout the state will receive free meals, due in large part to an organization called No Kid Hungry Texas.
The 88th session We protected breakfast and added lunch.
Stacy Sanchez is the director of No Kid Hungry Texas. She says starting September 1st, all children, regardless of school district, will receive free lunch.
It's a wonderful incremental win for kids.
With help from Texas representatives during the 88th legislative session, they were able to get the ball rolling.
What we did in the 88th session was secure funding to eliminate reduced price breakfast. 17,000 kids received 7 million meals at no cost.
And more money was secured for the future.
13.1 million is secured for lunch and 6.1 million also for the second time in the 89th session. So in total, 19 million.
All to make sure children are fed.
With the high need that is found at BISD, we want to be able to provide that service.
Vervet says in January, the district will team up with regional hospitals to promote healthy eating and physical activity. In Beaumont, Cameron Burchett, 12 News.
All right, it is time once again to clear the shelters. And this morning we want you to meet Penguin. He is a year-old, and Beaumont Animal Care says that he is a big boy with a playful spirit and a goofy personality that'll keep you smiling. Now, Penguin, he gets along well with other dogs, and he would thrive in a home that can match his energy. He is on the red list, so it's very important that he gets adopted very fast. You can adopt him today for just $20. And be sure to join us for our big event tomorrow from 9 to 5 at the Humane Society. There's going to be discounted adoption, games, food, and so much more. We're going to be broadcasting live so you can meet some of our 12 News anchors and reporters as you pick out your new pet. We're also doing a preview today at 11 o'clock at the shelter during our midday show. Tia and I are going to be down there. All right, coming up next, staring at screens, it can mean eye strain and other negative side effects. Do blue light glasses actually help? An optometrist weighs in. And still ahead here on 12 News Plus, Netflix now telling you what you should be streaming based on your astrology sign. Your trending news is coming up. Your time is now 7:11.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI, and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. Kids, they sure are spending a lot more time on their screens, which can stress their eyes and affect their sleep. So can blue light glasses actually help? Well, Sherman Chow, she visited an eye doctor to find out.
9-year-old Daniel Klissa is a typical fourth grader. He loves to play games on his iPhone and iPad.
What's your favorite game?
Roblox.
Do your eyes ever get tired?
No, not really.
The whole Klissa family plays and works on computer screens. And since blue light from screens, like daylight, tells the body to be awake and alert, they tried blue light filtering glasses.
Well, my husband was getting him for himself and for me, because we work on computers a lot with our jobs. So he was saying, reading an article and saying this was something we needed to get, and we tried it.
I look straight ahead for me.
Daniel's parents have an extra concern. Their son needs prescription lenses.
And vision's still clear in them.
So, could blue light glasses be a benefit? UT physicians optometrist Dr. Stephanie Handel.
At the end of the day, if we're getting bombarded with it too much at nighttime, that it can start to interfere with that sleep-wake cycle.
So if sleep, headaches, or dry eyes are a problem, she suggests trying the glasses to see if they help, but says there are other solutions too, like less screen time in the evening, take frequent breaks, and
embedded into most of our devices is something, I know some brands call it night shift, and so that's actually going to change the emission spectrum of the light that's coming off our device so that it's not as much blue light and it's more toward that yellow light. So you can set that automatically to go from sundown to sunup.
So in the end, the best way to protect your eyes and your sleep might just be to power down.
.16 on this Friday morning. Temperatures have been in the middle to lower 70s all morning long. We're still there. 75 in Jasper and Port Arthur, 74 through Woodville, Kirbyville, and Silsbee. Beaumont, one of the cooler spots at 72, and then as we look over towards Orange at 73. We'll take you to downtown Beaumont with our Pack of the Parade camera as we see some clouds building off towards the north and east. We actually have a little bit of rain over towards southern Jasper and Newton counties. That's probably the top of the cloud that we see over there. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network currently showing 76 degrees, humidity at 87%, a little bit of a north wind at about 4 to 8 miles an hour for this morning. And you can see a lot of activity out into the Gulf. We have this weak little front here that's kicking up quite a bit of activity for this morning. Most of it stayed out into the Gulf. We're waiting for this front to come down and bring some drier air for the weekend and clear us out a little bit, give us some dry forecast for most of the weekend. But it's slowly moving southward. Until then, we're going to be kind of in the soup, the high humidity, the showers and thunderstorms. We'll zoom in on radar, and you can see some of the heavier stuff is down into the Gulf of Mexico, over towards Galveston, up towards Houston. They're seeing some spotty showers all the way up into Conroe. And we're pretty much dry except for this one spot, and that's basically southern end of Jasper and Newton County. We have a little bit of a thunderstorm there just to the north of Mauriceville, Pine Forest over there north of Vidor, and one little lone shower looks like to the west of Buna there. But there's not much out there as far as rain. We could see a few of these through the morning and early afternoon, and then as we get into the late afternoon, we're expecting to see things develop a little bit more across southeast Texas. But right now, not too much popping up. There are a couple of showers here and there. Like I said, the heaviest stuff has been very persistent over towards the Galveston Island for this morning. Looks like it's backing up into the Bolivar Peninsula now, where they're getting some pretty heavy rain for this morning. We won't see, I don't think, a ton of rain this morning. A couple of showers here and there as we get into the late afternoon and evening. That's when I'm expecting to see a better coverage, 50-60% coverage, lasting through a good portion of the evening, then dying down overnight. And then tomorrow, we won't see so much in the way of rain. That drier air finally filters in, and tomorrow rain chances are going to be down. As we look out in the Atlantic, we have a couple of things the Hurricane Center is watching. These two, this one here is really not much at all. It's just kind of sitting there. I do it every time I hit the button too many. I've done it 3 times this morning. 80% chance of development here on this particular little disturbance. That's going north. Don't have to worry about that. And then this one out here, you can see they're giving about a 60% chance of development. Right now, looking at computer models, none of them developing this into any type of hurricane or anything like that. We'll continue to watch it, but It's getting a little bit more active out there, so we're going to keep paying a little bit more attention. The peak of hurricane season usually around the 10th or 11th of September. So today, 50-60% coverage of rain. That's going to be mainly very late afternoon into the evening with highs around 90 today, and then back into the 70s for tonight. 20, maybe 30% coverage of a few showers through the overnight. And then our 7-day forecast shows us 30% chance of rain on Saturday. That's, I think, mostly morning hours. And then as we head towards Saturday afternoon, all day Sunday, all day Monday, dry conditions, and then a few showers popping up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. As we get into next week, temperatures from the lower to middle 90s.
So we get 2 days where you don't have to grab your umbrella.
Yeah, let's hope we can squeeze out a few more of those. So,
Exactly.
Yeah. But not looking too bad for the weekend.
No, not at all. Thank you, Jeff. And don't forget, you can send in your nominations for our Golden Apple Award. That's what Tia does. It's a great segment we do once a month. It can be a teacher or anyone in the field of education. Just head on over to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple. All right, time is now 7:20. Time for your trending news. Your zodiac sign can now help you find more than just a love match.
It can also help you decide what to stream. Netflix is now offering recommendations based on your sign. The new astrology hub called Your Zodiac Watch List launched yesterday. An example, if you're an Aquarius, Netflix recommends shows like Stranger Things and Resident Alien. The collections will start organically appearing on your profile this weekend.
All right, I'll have to go see what they have for Geminis.
Let's see, let me know. If you're craving Chipotle, good news, you might be able to get it a lot faster soon.
That sounds good. The chain announced yesterday that it has partnered with drone delivery provider Zipline, and you're going to be able to place your order through the Zipline app, and a drone's going to deliver it to your house. Right now, the method is only available for certain customers in the Dallas area, but Chipotle expects to offer this service to more cities in the coming week. Could you imagine if a burrito drone was flying over top you and drops it on your windshield while you're driving?
No,
Yeah.
but I wonder how fast that'll work versus like a DoorDash or Uber Eats or something, you know?
You would hope it would be quicker.
Yeah.
There's going to be some burrito bombs out there, I'm telling you. All right, this morning, many are calling a viral video out of South Carolina nightmare fuel.
Yeah, let's check it out. You see a quintet of sharks swimming in a creek, and 5 sharks is scary enough on its own, right? But they're not the only apex predators lurking in the water. Just feet away, one of their buddies is also taking a dip. An alligator. The people on the dock were probably waiting to see a fight for the ages, a rare encounter as sharks swim in salt water and gators in fresh water. You've got gators and sharks all in the water.
Absolutely, the ultimate matchup right there. I wonder if that gator was trying to lure him in. All his buddies were like hiding under the dock waiting for him.
Maybe.
Yeah, you got to watch them. They're tricky.
You never know. All right, it is now 7:23. Jeff Gerber will be right back with another look at your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. Funeral arrangements have been made for opera singer Richard Perkins. The Port Arthur native died almost 2 weeks ago at the age of 79. There will be a wake today from 6 to 8 p.m. at Wesley Methodist Church in Beaumont with a Masonic pre-burial ritual. Funeral services are tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Sacred Hearth Catholic Church in Port Arthur, with a visitation starting at 8.
More rain in our forecast for today. Already starting to see a few showers pop up on radar early this morning. We've been seeing this cluster of some rain kind of holding there around southern Jasper and Newton County. A little bit of a lone shower out just west of Buna. Besides that, there's not much going on, at least in the immediate area. You can see definitely some rain and thunderstorms off the coast down there towards High Island. Bolivar Peninsula getting some rain this morning. Galveston's been getting some rain, and it's been backing up towards Houston all the way up towards Conroe with some spotty showers and thunderstorms there. Along the coast today, expect to see a couple of showers with thunderstorms, northeasterly winds at east of 5 to 10 knots, seas about a foot. High tide, we'll see our next one at 2:14 this afternoon. Our sun sets at about 7:49. Water temperatures right there in the upper 80s along the coast. At Texas Point, we're seeing a northeasterly wind at 7 to 9. Mostly smooth on the inland lakes and bays today. Looks like a drier weekend. We'll have your 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, Jeff, coming up here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, a pileup overnight on I-10 in Beaumont. What appears to have caused the two 18-wheelers to slam into each other.
Plus, the suspect wanted in several sex assault cold cases is in jail this morning. Beaumont police say they traced the crimes to him.
And we take a deeper dive into State Representative Dade Phelan's impacts on Southeast Texas after his big announcement that he's not going to be running for re-election.
And your time right now, 7:27. Taking a live look outside this morning at downtown Beaumont. We'll have more news and weather in just a few minutes.
Good morning, Southeast Texas, and thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson at 7:30. Let's take a look at some of your top stories this morning. A Jefferson County jury has sentenced a Port Arthur man to 20 years in prison. Yesterday, jurors convicted Joshua Mendez of indecency with a child and attempted sexual assault of a child. Prosecutors say the abuse happened in 2023 involving a child younger than 5. Mendez rejected a plea deal that would have capped his sentence at 10 years.
A man convicted in the death of his girlfriend's baby lost his appeal. A Jefferson County jury sentenced Bryce Caesar to 30 years in prison back in 2023 for injury to a child and aggravated assault. Caesar, he argued on appeal that some testimony should have been admitted and that evidence wasn't strong enough to convict him. The court ruled the baby was healthy before being left in his care. He is scheduled to be released in 2053.
Governor Abbott announced the state is investing $146 billion into TxDOT projects, including several in our area. More than $88 million will go toward the Highway 96 widening project and $192 to the Highway 69 project through Hardin County. $33 million will go to the Highway 146 widening project. Let's take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Meteorologist Jeff Gerber has your forecast right now.
Looks like we're going to see some more rain today. We're already starting to see a few showers over towards the southern end of Jasper and Newton County. Temperatures as you walk out the door in the middle 70s. Thanks to a lot of cloud cover out there. We'll slowly warm up. We'll get up maybe into the upper 80s, close to 90 today. But right now, 73 in Beaumont and Orange, 75 in Port Arthur and Jasper. Also Woodville's at 75, and then 74 through Kirbyville and Silsbee. You can see rain chances staying pretty low through about mid-afternoon, about 20-30% through the morning. There'll be a few showers around. We'll get to about 90, and then late in the day, we'll see those showers and thunderstorms develop, kind of like we saw yesterday. By this evening, we could see some heavy downpours and see some thunder and lightning around the area, so watch for that. After today, things start to dry out. It looks like a pretty dry weekend into early next week. We'll have your 7-day for you coming up in just a little bit. We'll end up showing you maybe a few showers next week, but the rain chance is going to remain low as we get towards the middle of next week. We'll look at that in our 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Jeff. New this morning, police are investigating a big crash last night in Beaumont.
Yeah, several vehicles, they were involved in this pileup after a wreck on I-10 West at Cardinal Drive. And this happened just before 11 p.m. It involved two 18-wheelers, a box truck, and two other vehicles. According to our 12 News crew at the scene, it seems to have been a chain reaction crash, which caused the two semis to slam into each other. No injuries have been reported, but I-10 West, it was shut down for quite a while the crews cleaned up the wreckage. Beaumont police, they're leading this investigation, and we'll let you know if any details come out. All right, developing in Beaumont, a serial sexual assault suspect. They are in jail this morning.
Police arrested 40-year-old Eric Gibson Sr. yesterday afternoon. Take a look at this exclusive video. 12 News was the only one there as he was hauled off to the Jefferson County Jail. Beaumont police say they connected Gibson to 4 separate sexual assault cases using DNA evidence. These assaults happened between 2018 and 2024. His arrest came only after a grand jury indicted him on 2 counts of aggravated sexual assault and 2 counts of sexual assault. Police credited the exceptional teamwork between Beaumont Police, Special Crimes detectives, and the Texas Rangers. Detectives had DNA evidence from the 4 cold cases that matched an unknown suspect. Investigators obtained a search warrant for Gibson's DNA and matched evidence in all 4 cases, according to BPD. Gibson hasn't been arraigned yet.
And the Orange County Sheriff's Office, they're working to learn how a woman near Vidor died. Deputies, they're called to a home on Foxglove Drive early Thursday morning. That's where they found a 61-year-old woman's body inside. Investigators, they're waiting for the results of an autopsy to confirm how she died. At this point, they're not releasing her name.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, when Honky Tonk Texas and Silsbee will be hosting the Honoring Hunter Healing Kaylee benefit. It was organized after last month's UTV crash in Hardin County. It killed 4 family members and left 30-year-old Kaylee Smart severely injured. The festivities begin at 11 a.m. with live music and a silent auction.
Dade Phelan, he's finished. The longtime state representative confirming yesterday that he's not going to be seeking re-election. Phelan, he's represented District 21 since 2014. The Beaumont Republican, he made history by becoming the first House Speaker here from Southeast Texas.
Phelan's decision comes after 2 tough years, including a bitter runoff. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato looks back on some of his accomplishments.
And the voters of Southeast Texas, they chose me.
It's the end of an era for Republican State Representative Dade Phelan. He won't run again in 2026.
Dade was a fighter. He fought for what he believed in. He fought for what was right.
From healthcare advocacy,
2, 1. It's been a long time in the works, and we're just really excited.
Bringing a new VA clinic to Southeast Texas veterans.
This new clinic is going to be twice the square footage.
To securing a new mental health facility.
He brought over $70 million to expand access and care for our behavioral health patients. Benefits everybody in Southeast Texas.
To education. Funding for all Lamar campuses.
This building will transform lives for decades to come. It's all new, it's all state-of-the-art, and it's very student-friendly.
As Speaker from 2021 until 2025, Phelan secured critical funding for our region, including money for our ports.
We're going to see tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of jobs being created.
Voters first elected Phelan in 2014. A decade later, Phelan barely won his last primary runoff, defeating David Covey by only 366 votes.
And we're so glad to get the opportunity to clear my record and explain to the voters what I've done for the last decade and what I will do going forward.
Baptist Hospital CEO Justin Doss says he is going to be missed.
He listened to his constituents, and he never took no for an answer. He was always willing to go out there if it was a worthy cause and champion it.
Phelan hasn't yet responded to our request for an interview. In his statement, he called serving Southeast Texas the, quote, greatest privilege of my professional life.
And meanwhile, the fate of Texas's new congressional maps, they are now in the hands of the state Senate. Members, they didn't take a vote on the measure yesterday, but it did pass the House earlier this week after Democrats came back to Austin to make quorum. They had left the state for 2 weeks to delay the passage of these new maps. The issue was pushed by President Trump, who wants 5 more Republican seats in Congress. House Democrats, they only came back after California's governor promised to take up redistricting effort in their state. And yesterday, California's Governor Gavin Newsom, he signed that legislation calling for a special session on redrawn congressional maps for California. That could get Democrats 5 more seats in Congress. That would counter Texas's move here. California voters are going to decide if the map will go into effect in November.
Relief is coming for the people affected by the deadly Texas Hill Country flooding. Governor Abbott joined the Community Foundation of Texas Hill Country yesterday to announce a $40 million housing fund. The money will cover the cost of temporary housing. It'll also help pay for rebuilding homes and providing case managers to help families.
This is not only a record amount of money being provided to local residents, I think it's going to be a record speed at which these homeowners are going to be able to get back into their homes.
In Austin, the House passed 6 bills for flood relief, including hundreds of millions of dollars for recovery efforts. Meanwhile, state senators also passed Senate Bill 1 yesterday, creating stricter safety measures for Texas summer camps. Several parents whose daughters died at Camp Mystic testified in favor of the bill Wednesday. 8-year-old Mary Grace Baker's father, Clark, was among them.
And the public may soon have access to the unreleased Jeffrey Epstein files. The Justice Department, they are set to start releasing them to the House Oversight Committee today. That's according to the committee's chair, Representative James Comer. He says that the panel will check the redactions, then make the files public. Now, in July, the DOJ, they argued that further disclosure is not appropriate, saying that those files contain sensitive information about victims. But a Democrat on the committee says he doesn't think the victims are who the DOJ is trying to protect.
Still ahead on Daybreak, with the 20-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina a week away. A look at some of the most vulnerable creatures that needed help as much as anyone else in New Orleans. But first, flood relief coming to Beaumont, to the new project from Drainage District 6 and the city that'll help a West End neighborhood.
And a little bit of sunshine out there for this morning. We're expecting more rain in the area for today, but a drier weekend. We'll have your 7-day forecast coming up in weather.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue,
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Flood relief is coming soon to a West End Beaumont neighborhood. It's welcome news as we watch the skies for more rain today. At City Council this week, members approved an agreement with Drainage District 6 for an improvement plan. 12 News reporter Daniela Tabuada-Palau spoke to officials and neighbors about the timeline for the project.
Anytime we get any kind of minor rainstorm, the street will pool up and it'll go over the curbs here.
Beaumont resident like John Cotton, living on the T intersection of Sioux Lane and Howell Street, will soon get relief after years of flooding issues.
It'll come up into the driveways and nearly come up to the house for just routine kind of regular storms.
DD6 General Manager Butch Wilson says the project will come at no cost to taxpayers or residents in the area.
It is completely paid by the City of Beaumont and Drainage District 6. Interlocal agreement actually allows the city to buy the materials and for DD6 to put them in place.
On Tuesday, the city approved a drainage improvement plan to form a sewage connection to another project from the drainage district just down the road.
We have recently built a project that will take the water near Howell and Sioux. This project is going to add storm sewer system from Sioux to our new outlet, and it will drain the subdivision.
Allie Oxner, who lives on Sioux Lane, says she's willing to live through more construction if it means relief.
It's just really loud, really loud, and sometimes hard to get out of the driveway, but the guys were really nice. It was obviously an inconvenience, but it wasn't like the worst thing in the world.
Construction is expected to start in the next 3 months.
You know, 1 month of disruption here is nothing, it's trivial. I'm tickled to death.
Out the door right now, we're looking at temperatures generally in the lower to middle 70s. We've been holding here most of the morning. 73 in Beaumont and Orange, 75 in Port Arthur, as well as Woodville and Jasper this morning. Good morning there in Silsbee at 74. Kirbyville currently showing a temperature of about 74. Been seeing a little bit of sunshine here and there, but a lot of cloud cover too across the area. Here's the view from the Horson's Western Store over in Orange as we look down I-10. No problems there traffic-wise. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network currently showing 75 in Orange, humidity at 98%. It is humid out there with a northwesterly wind at 8. As we look at radar, quite a bit of activity out into the Gulf. We have this weak front that's sitting there. We have a secondary front that's going to push down through our area later on tonight into tomorrow, and that should bring us some drier air. But right now, anything south of this front is very humid and warm, and that's going to lead to some scattered showers and thunderstorms. A little bit closer look at radar. I've been watching these showers and thunderstorms down in the Gulf. They're trying to trend off towards the northeast a little bit, very slowly at about 5 miles an hour. So some of those could try to make their way up into the southern parts of Jefferson County. Besides that, it's been pretty quiet except for this little batch of rain that has developed a little bit of a thunderstorm there over the southern end of Jasper, Newton, now starting to inch its way into northern parts of Orange County. This will stay probably pretty persistent here for the next hour or so before it eventually dies down a little bit. But if you live in Mauriceville, might be getting a little bit of rain, and some of this is trending over towards Pine Forest there north of Vidor, so you might get a little rain for this morning. But put this into motion, you can see those showers, like I said, been sitting there right over parts of Jasper and Newton County over the last hour or so, and then you watch these showers and thunderstorms kind of creeping up in our direction for this morning. So we'll be watching those and see if they can make it up into the area. Temperatures climbing out of the 70s into the 80s this morning, and we'll try to get to 90 depending on the cloud cover and how much rain develops. I don't expect a ton of rain until we get into the late afternoon, evening, and then I think that's when we'll see about a 60% coverage of showers and thunderstorms. Things should start to die down overnight, and then tomorrow about a 20-30% chance of a few showers or thunderstorms through your Saturday. Out into the Atlantic, we have this one area here that's not going to do anything. They just put a little X there. Then we have this area in the red, 80% chance of development over the next 7 days. That's going north away from us. And then we have this one here out in the central Atlantic, which is going west. Right now they give it a 60% chance of development. We'll watch it, but none of the computer models really developing this into anything, so we'll keep an eye there. Mostly cloudy for today, 50% coverage of some showers and thunderstorms in the lake, 60% here around the triangle with highs into the upper 80s around 90, and then for tonight back into the 70s with about a 30% chance for a few showers. Here's your 7-day forecast. We're showing about 30% chance of rain on Saturday. Sunday looks dry. Monday also looks dry as we head towards Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Small rain chances with temperatures into the middle to lower 90s.
Is that all you got to forecast today, Jeff?
Well, at least we got a couple of dry days.
Yeah, no, it's great. A couple of days without an umbrella.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, okay. Yep. Back and forth. I'm really excited about that forecast, huh?
I am.
Well, you've been waiting for dry. You should be excited. But all I've been hearing is I need a couple
I
of
didn't
dry
say
days.
anything. I haven't said anything since yesterday, remember?
I'm not keeping receipts here on this one. All right, just a reminder, you can download our app at any time. To get the latest on the forecast. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. Well, August 29th, 1 week from today, that's going to mark 20 years since Hurricane Katrina ravaged Louisiana, and a New Orleans animal rescue group, they are celebrating a milestone born out of that tragedy.
Katrina forever changed how pets are cared for during disasters. Randy Rosso has more on the lasting legacy of those efforts.
You know, people were hiding in flooded homes, a lot of them seniors, not wanting to be found and taken away from their pets after Katrina. That's how important that issue was.
That desperation, the images of stranded pets or those clinging to their humans in fear, is why so many animal advocates flooded the city in the wake of Hurricane Katrina.
And we were just a ragtag group trying to help our city.
Ginny Bowman-Robillata was one of the countless volunteers coming back that would later form Animal Rescue New Orleans. The need? Enormous.
And watching the levees be breached and that's when the whole thing started happening, and setting up the rescue center at Lamar Dixon and so much more.
The Louisiana SPCA making the difficult decision to evacuate, then quickly realizing the mission that awaited them.
I remember seeing the military there and saying, we'd like to go in with you. You take the humans, we'll take the pet, and this way we'll reunite them. And the guy was just very, like, this is we're here for humans.
As the daunting task of reuniting roughly 250,000 animals with their families trekked into weeks and months, advocates knew that change was paramount.
A senator called and said, "What can I do to help?" And I said, "We need to make sure this never happens again."
In 2006, the Pets Evacuation and Transportation Standards Act was passed, which requires state and local governments to include animals in their emergency plans.
We marched on our Capitol. Our legislature heard victims of the flood and about their pets, and they passed the first pet evacuation bill in the country that actually went on a federal level.
The act also gives people transportation options, so they too can seek shelter if for some reason their pet can't be right beside them. The Louisiana SPCA's transport program was also born out of the storm.
We had a group of volunteers who had evacuated to different parts of the country and had contacted their local shelters in those parts of the country and asked them to help.
Something that's thriving today. And Arno celebrating 20 years with a brand new facility. And while the storm brings back painful and harsh memories, there's solace in knowing there has been positive change for our pets. Randy Russo, WDSU News.
Meet our 12 News Pet of the Week, Luna May. She's 3, and while she may not be tiny, weighing in at 30 pounds, don't tell her that. She's convinced she's a lap dog. Luna May likes all her cat and dog shelter friends, but she'd gladly trade in the shelter for the couch life. If you think you can give her a forever home or family, consider letting Luna May wiggle her way right into your life. And when Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush out.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his co-workers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, "Hey, I'm not okay." There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It's 7:54 right now, and it's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. A wreck caused a pileup on I-10 West in Beaumont last night at Cardinal Drive. It happened just before 11 and involved two 18-wheelers, a box truck, and two other vehicles. A crew at the scene says it seems to have been a chain reaction crash, which caused the two semis to slam into each other. No injuries have been reported, but my police are investigating.
Funeral services for opera singer Richard Perkins. They are set for this weekend. That Port Arthur native, he died almost 2 weeks ago at the age of 79. There's going to be a wake today from 6 to 8 p.m. at Wesley Methodist Church in Beaumont. Funeral services are going to be tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Port Arthur, with visitation starting at 8.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, when Honky Tonk, Texas and Silsbee will be hosting the Honoring Hunter Healing Kaylee benefit. It was organized after last month's UTV crash in Hardin County that killed 4 family members and left 30-year-old Callie Smart severely injured. The festivities begin at 11 a.m. with live music and a silent auction.
Grab the umbrella. 60% coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms today. At least it'll be drier for the weekend. We'll see the small chances of rain on Saturday and then dry Sunday into Monday. Next week, low rain chances, but they're there, and we'll see highs in the middle to lower 90s.
All right, let me introduce you to my 2 favorite TSA employees. I don't say that very often, but these 2 very good boys are competing to be the TSA's next top dog. It's down to that yellow lab, Alex. He helps out at the Denver International Airport, and black lab Steeler from Pittsburgh. Very appropriate name there. The winner will land the cover of the 2026 TSA Canine calendar. I had no idea that was a thing. Voting ends Tuesday on National Dog Day.
I'm liking Steeler there.
Okay, yeah, they're both a couple of good dogs.
I say they both look cute, though. I don't really know who I would vote for. Wow.
That's such a close-up or a toss-up right there. All right, be sure to make a decision today, y'all, and head on over to the TSA website. Pick one of those great dogs right there.
Well, listen up to this one. It only takes a minute to help someone. That's the lesson behind an extraordinary story this morning. A woman in Australia shared this video on social media showing her postman dropping off a package before noticing it was raining and her sheets were drying outside. He took them off the line and moved them undercover. People are now dubbing him the laundry hero. And we want to share your reason to smile with us. Just text us your story and photos to 409-838-1212 so we can share what's making you smile with all of Southeast Texas. We love those local happy stories.
Absolutely. We want to see them, and we can show them to all the viewers that we have here in Southeast Texas. Go ahead, brag.
Would you bring in my sheets, Tia?
Wrap it up, Mark.
Okay. We're courteous here. Thanks for watching us here.
We'll be back at midday.
Have a great day, everybody.